I'm 27 years old. I have pmdd. I have been diagnosed with anxiety and depression in the past. I have a history of having a panic disorder. I had temporary agoraphobia when I was a teenager. I don't like the labels. They are helpful in order to describe an umbrella term of symptoms, but I do not identify with having these things as part of like who I am as a person. However, as someone that is still struggling primarily with just the PMDD of it all and the anxiety and depression that comes with that bi-weekly and not over the span of my entire life, by default, I no longer have anxiety or depression, I would say, for the most part. It's easy to fall into the capitalism trap of like buying a million things under the sun that are going to fix you, help you, heal you, all of that, especially when it comes to like cortisol, progesterone. I've tried the wild yam cream. I've tried the bioidentical progesterone cream, which I'm pretty sure isn't even bioidentical because there's not actual progesterone in it unless you had like actual hormonal replacement therapy capsules of progesterone, whatever. Let's not get into that. I have tried to tackle it from basically any angle that you can find research-wise online and also from people's personal experiences, even on Reddit, all of that. Like, if you suggest it, I have tried it. That's a side note. I am going to start tackling this from a histamine angle because I'm pretty sure that is the root of it for me in particularly. But if you just come into those 2 weeks every single month and you're like great, otherwise your life is together, you're a happy person, all of your ducks are in a row, and you just find that once you get into that hell week or those two, that bi-weekly part of the month where your life starts to quickly spiral and go downhill and you're like, I just need something to help me. If you sound similar to me in your symptoms, particularly with me, what it is a lot of mood swings that I can handle. The emotional part I can handle. I don't care about crying. I don't care about being sensitive. None of that bothers me. But I do get intrusive thoughts. I do get heightened anxiety. I do get like death anxiety. And sometimes that anxiety will lead to a panic attack. I can typically prevent it. There's enough coping mechanisms for me now to know, even though I know what this is and I'm still uncomfortable, I'm not going to completely go over the edge. But sometimes if you have an external stressor, you will be sent over the edge and you just need something to calm you down. But you are also, like me, fearful and have a fear and a paranoia that by taking things, whether that be medication, supplements, especially things that you haven't consumed before, that they're going to poison you, you're going to get high, or you're going to have a bad reaction. Let me suggest something to you that has been a lifesaver since I began using it. I'm not making any commission off of this or anything. I have bought it from my naturopath originally, and then I started getting it on Amazon. I tried to get it recently on Amazon to just get a refill and it wasn't available. It might be now. I'm sure you can just get it from the Biogenesis website. It's called Stress Factors. My inkling of what I think is really doing the heavy lifting here is the fact that there's 5 milligrams lithium orotate complex in it, because the other things in here I have taken before. There's vitamin B6, L-theanine, hops, passion flower, inositol, GABA, and 5-HTP, all of which I have tried separately on their own. I do think that this is a very good blend. I take this and literally 30 to 45 minutes later, I am okay, and the edges do get softened, and it does just take the edge off, but not in a way where I feel like I'm high. I feel like I'm out of it. I feel like I took something. It's very much a take it and you forget you take it sort of thing. And trust me, that's coming from someone with anxiety who has a lot of bad anticipation issues with ingesting things. I'm not on any medication. I'm prescribed Adderall for ADHD and I don't take it like as much as I should. I take it like when I really just need to get something done. I'm not on birth control, so that's not a factor for me either. And I am not on antidepressants or SSRIs. That's typically going to be what is prescribed to you if you have PMDD. They're going to give you birth control, or they're going to give you SSRIs, or they're going to tell you to journal. Good luck with all of that. So just my recommendation. That's literally it. I just feel like I take this, and if not this, if I don't have this on hand, holy basil is like nature's Xanax. I get 500 milligrams holy basil. If you like really are struggling, you might need like 1,000 to 1,500 milligrams, but one typically does the trick to me. Granted, I do think I'm sensitive to things in general. But when my grandma passed away at the end of 2023, I'm not smiling because it's a good thing I'm smiling, because I have just like honestly found a way to naturally inebriate myself with just supplements and not actually taking drugs. And I was really struggling during my grandma's funeral because it was an open casket wake, and I've never known anyone that's died that's been that close to me. And it was really, outside of the fact that it was very sad, I have a lot of existential anxiety. Things get too surreal for me and I start like having depersonalization and all of that. So I was very stressed to see my grandmother's dead body in a casket, and I didn't know what that was going to do in terms of switching a switch in my brain the wrong way. I didn't know if it was going to make me spiral, so I took holy basil that day, and I think I took 1,500 milligrams by the time I got there, and honestly, feels like a dream. I remember it all, but I wasn't like sobbing. I wasn't having an anxiety attack. I didn't even want to see my grandma's body, and I accidentally saw it, and I thought that that was going to make me lose my mind, but I didn't. I actually navigated it pretty okay. But yeah, PMDD sucks. Like, I look different right now. I'm like swollen and my features are just different. I had a really bad morning. I'm like getting itchy, which is again like partially why I think a lot of this is histamine related. I've been having a few worse bad cycles these last few months than usual. I'm not sure what is taking it off. But trust me, as someone that has taken everything under the sun, has tried every approach, does all the natural things, spends all the money, went to a naturopath, tracks every single day of their life. If you need a fix where you're just like, oh my God, I just have something important to do, or I just don't want to off myself today and I just need to calm down a little bit, this has helped me immensely. Oh, also, I have a psychiatrist that like literally I'm such a lost cause because she has prescribed me so many things that I just refuse to take, and I just honestly spend my time with her asking her questions. But I was like, is the lithium in here like lithium? Like there's no way, right? Because it's a supplement. And she's like, no, it's lithium, but it's just a very small trace amount. So the reason I'm suggesting this, if you sound similar to me, is because if you tend to get those like OCD, obsessive compulsive thoughts, or you have intrusive thoughts, especially ones that are very dark, trust me, I've had phases where they gotten so bad and so uncontrollable where I've literally had to like slap my head to get them to stop, and sometimes they still don't even stop. This helps with that. That was the first thing I should have said. That's why I'm suggesting this. Okay, bye.